We dive back in front of the steps of Aelingil. I almost forgot about this. All right. As the priestess Justira comes out onto the balcony and gives her magical show to the audience there to kick off the inaugural spectacle of tonight's performances, she is wearing to the nines the best outfit that she has available for such an occasion. Fine silvered silks and blues with ornate headdresses hewn of silver and moonstone. And as she kind of gives a pleasant curtsy to the crowd down below, she hushes them for a moment. And then, as a guard comes out, there is a sort of a pillowed box that she opens up and then bestows in front of the priestess. Inside of it, a piece of fine jewelry. Justira opens up the container and then dangles before the crowd. To our champions, to those who survived the hunt, as some of you were aware, a terrible beast lurked in the Aelingil area, out into the woods of the Arundel, and many brave souls wandered out this morning, and some, they did not return, and some perished by whatever dark thing was out there. But these intrepid heroes below, some strangers before, but now reveled in their might and heroism. They will be known as the company of the Tuffet brothers for this evening's occasion, and we bestow upon them this award, this trinket, a gift of our admiration and thanks for slaying this dark creature that crept upon our community. This moonstone jewel dangles now from a piece of thread that she then holds up before the crowd. It glows in the moonlight, and as she lets go of it, it sort of dangles in place as then you see behind her a fellow in robes, a scholarly-looking elven man, utters a bit of a brief incantation and makes a somatic movement as then this phantasmal blue hand then grips the crystal as it then begins to kind of lower down to the stairs to your guys' level. The crowd begins to cheer as this amulet sort of falls into your hands. It sort of approaches all three of you, including Jim, at the same level. He reaches up to try and grab it first, the blue light of the amulet sort of like illuminating his face dimly. But who's going to go for it?
I definitely want to go for it. I just am thinking, ooh, pretty.
Talok is going to wait, and if it looks like Kelpie's not going to get it, he's going to try to use his reflexes to grab it from Jim.
All right, so, I'm going to need all three of you to make me an athletics roll.
I'm pretty okay.
Or acrobatics. It's up to you.
You said athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics, depending on how you want to try and get it.
Read the rolls out loud.
I got an 18.
Let me do the math here.
Jim got a 10.
9 plus 6.
Jim has no modifiers. He is
I got a 15,
normal.
so.
All right, Talok, towering over them, you kind of watch Jim stumble on the step as Kelpie's reach is just out as the amulet falls and sort of lands in your grasp. And then you see it is kind of hooked, moon-shaped. It is clasped in various ornate pieces of what look to be silver. And it looks quite valuable. The crowd goes wild.
During this, I'll toss it to Kelpie. I don't want it.
Got it.
Oh, you caught it? What did you roll?
Yeah, I thought Kelpie should have had that one, so tossing it to him.
Got it.
Okay, I'll catch it.
Kelpie, you hold this thing in your hand. It's roughly the size of your palm. And as you turn around, you see the audience all kind of like just looking at you eagerly. As the glow begins to kind of dim a little bit, this glamour from the spectacle that she was putting on fading, and she says, "There, show off your prize, Tuffet brother."
I just kind of like raise it in my hand.
As you do so, she enhances it again with a bit of an illumination of light, and the crowd just loses their shit. And she says, "Everyone, music, revelry, dance, and song. Enjoy the festival. Be safe, and as always, may Selune light your path and keep you ever out of the dark."
When she says music, like a look of like, oh shit, I forgot. And I just like as loud as I can. Hey, has anybody seen a couple of shorter performer guys? I got a thing going on with them. It's like as loud as I
Nadine
possibly
face
can.
palms.
Also, thanks for the rock.
Nadine face palms even harder a second time.
Justira
Talok
disappears.
is sort of looking around, whistling.
What is it? A necklace? You said it was like a charm?
Well, yeah, it can be a brooch or a necklace, depending on how you want it. They currently have a clasp around it with like a leather cord.
I feel like I definitely would want to put that on. I think it looks cool.
So, are you gonna put it on?
Yeah, I want to wear it like a necklace.
All right. You would become aware of its properties. I'm gonna show this to you guys here. Hopefully, so tell me if it shows up.
I do see it.
Hang
Why
on.
does
Let
it say-
me find
why
out how to
does it
display
say-
I
that.
see it.
It
Ooh,
should
it's
just
pretty.
It just says wondrous item neck.
Oh, that's so nice. Look at this, everyone. Nice.
Huh, that's nifty.
As you make your way, you know that you're supposed to report to the main stage in the Moonlight Garden here very soon. As you can tell that like a band is getting off stage right now, which probably means you're up next.
Okay.
The festival's going to kick back into high gear. But I should ask, Jim is going to be like by your side, brother, you got a show to do. Here, just give me that. I could go sell it real quick.
But what if I could just wear it for the show? Because like I don't know, man, it feels kind of magic. Like it feels like I feel like I'm safe. You know, like I mean, we can do it after the show. Kind of looks cool. You know, it's gonna help for the promotion and I tell you what, I'll even give you a little bit more of my cut.
I can try. Listen, I already made the deal, man. We shook on it.
Yeah, just tell him, just bring him over to the show. It's not like we're running with it. He'll see it. I'll be on stage. He'll know.
I'll go. All right, I'll go look for him. I'll tell him it's going to be a bit. I'll come back. Do your show.
Okay.
We'll talk about it after.
Was this within earshot?
Yeah, would have been like, we're trying to like escort the VIP to the stage, like kind of butting through the crowds as Kelpie has to get on soon.
I feel kind of conflicted, like just feeling, because like I can tell. Would Kelpie like instantly know what it does, or does he just know it's magic?
We would say for this purpose, like just wearing it for a little bit, you would know that it wards against evil. You would have an understanding that you feel protected by it.
Like he's not like obviously he's got magic and stuff, but it's always like music's been something that's like common for him, like natural. So like this just feels really, even if it's not important, like it feels very important to him. So like he's very conflicted on what to do with this item.
All right. Jim sort of escorts you as far as he can. Says he's going to go talk to this gnome Wes gladly, and is going to rejoin you at the show to watch your performance.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna start basically running, like just moving as fast as I can through this crowd. Come on, y'all! I gotta go make some music.
Aelingil and his trio are up on stage. They see you approach, and the man with the drums kind of gets to the edge and reaches out a hand, grabs your forearm, and pulls you up. Gives you a big hug and a pat on the back as they say, "All right, everybody, here's the set list." You start going over it as everybody prepares to begin to play. And we're going to do the big finish with this new number. We gave you the music earlier. Did you spend any time practicing it?
Well, I read over it a little bit.
Did you though?
Pretty good. I feel like he definitely would have looked at it, like, because he's like I don't think he has it memorized whatsoever, but he definitely would have like had time to kind of sight read it.
Okay, make me some kind of an intelligence roll to like see. I'm not sure what to ask for.
Awful at this. I don't know, what would that be? What would sight reading be?
This would be more like
Potential.
studying. So how about make me an investigation roll? I guess that might work for this purposes of just sort of like trying to absorb this
Oh.
information.
Lord Almighty. Oh, it's a 4.
All right. Okay.
Hopefully he just he'll do it by ear.
I mean, you did read the music, right? And then they get distracted and like the question never gets answered. Nadine, Talok, and Moss, what are you guys going to do? You guys see Jim disappear. Kelpie's getting on stage.
Right as Jim disappears and the music begins starting, like sort of pick up or whatever they're doing their before show thing. Nadine,
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I don't think you should go talk to that gnome.
Is Moss still a cat?
Yes, and at roughly this point, Moss is just gonna jump out of your arms and start to trail Jim.
Yeah.
Cool. Moss
Let's
is
go.
on it. All right.
All right.
I think we're following Jim, keeping our distance, but following Jim.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do I notice
can
them
you-
walking away?
Probably not at this point. They'd be there
Okay.
1 second, and you'd look, and they'd be gone the next.
We'll be back.
Moss,
Don't worry.
can you use? Okay, if you're just going to use like a cat stack block, I would say either a survival wisdom tracking or a perception, sight, or smell or something.
Yep. Perception with smell.
I feel like Jim would have a very distinct smell.
Medieval
Yeah.
Axe body spray.
Yeah, basically.
It is, and it's like the douchiest smell. Like
hmm
It's just straight pine oil.
an 11.
it just
for
straight.
perception.
Drinks that shit.
Nope,
Uh,
that is a 12. My bad.
he
I'm
he
bad at
smells
math.
like really clean floors.
Too clean. Too
All right.
clean.
It's very abrasive.
Funny.
As you are gonna get kind of like a bit behind in the crowd as you're kind of avoiding trying to get stepped on until eventually you find a building ledge to climb up on, and you're able to kind of like dance across some rooftops. And eventually you do make it up. This is going to take some time to like get through the crowds and to figure out where he goes. But essentially, Moss, he heads down this alleyway past the sandwich stand. There he spends a little bit of time looking around until a dark shape of a small gnomish figure meets him, and they begin having a conversation. You are probably 20 feet away, and the sounds of the crowd, the wind on top of the roof, it's difficult to hear what they're saying unless you are to get closer.
Am I currently up, like, on a balcony?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna jump down off of that. And is this a very crowded place, or is this pretty secluded?
It's a little bit off the beaten trail at this point. There's people kind of like hanging out in different stoops. There's people nearby getting sandwiches from this shop here, but the crowd really doesn't expand this far into this residential district.
Okay. And am I out of sight of those two, or would I just be in an alley in front of them?
Make me a stealth check and to see how you do here.
Oh, as a cat.
Cat block, stat block.
Cat block. Here we go.
That is a nat 1.
That's
Oh,
For
buddy.
a total of
4. Or
still
5.
not one.
What kind of a
that
cat?
actually.
Kind of a cat do you look like?
Just the general speckled, more darker colors, a little bit of white coming in around the face.
Mm-hmm. So like, okay, more of like a domestic short hair kind of, not like
Yeah.
a tortoise. Okay. All right. So someone sees the cat and it just comes out and it has a broom and you know, she's got like a thick apron on. It's just like, get out here, not feeding any more, you strays. And you see both Jim and the gnome figure Wes like peer behind them and like sees you kind of getting shooed away in a doorway.
And I'm gonna drop the cat form.
Oh,
What is he doing? What is he doing?
well, can you
I
guys
covered
even
Talik's
see?
mouth.
Can you guys see him doing that?
You were following him.
Oh, okay. I thought he like took off.
No, we're with
Are we with?
Uh,
Are we with him?
as the show progresses, I'm gonna have Kelpie make me the first of a number of performance rolls.
You got this.
Sure thing.
You got
That's-
this.
That's a 10.
A 10. All right. You are able to play along. The group here is going to. They're going to cover for you. They're like, okay, and the other lute player sort of gets up and whispers into, says, "Hey, here's the rhythm. All right, just try and play along, okay?"
All right, yeah.
And as you guys see this woman just shriek as this wooden and stone automaton just manifests out in this courtyard here, she starts whipping this like wicker broom onto his head and is like not doing any damage, but just like, "No, stay away, devil beast, demon fiend."
Sorry to disturb you. I'm just gonna ignore her and walk away.
All right,
Towards Jim.
Yeah, she runs into her home and slams the door, and you see her shut the wooden shutters on the outside as well, and you hear a latch break down as Jim turns and says, "Ah, hey, Mossman." The rest of you two are within the alley at this point, past the sandwich stand. You can approach if you want. You're within earshot.
I'll take like a back seat. I won't be hiding, but I'll be like, "Hey, man, I'm back here too."
Oh, look at that! It's the one guy, the sentient automaton. How are you doing?
Well, I'm all right. Just curious what's going on.
Oh, we're just having a bit of a conversation here about a deal that we are making. What is it that you need?
What sort of deal?
Oh, well, Jim here had made a deal and promised me that he was going to sell that trinket that he had won here for his adequate hunting performance. But disappointingly enough, he does not seem to have it right now. So we're just, modifying the deal a bit.
The trinket that we all won.
Oh, yes. You won it too, I'm sure. Look at that. It thinks that it won something.
Nadine immediately steps in front and goes, "What'd you say?"
Oh, you there, girl?
What did you
I saw
call
you
him?
earlier. Oh, you're the automaton here.
That's a person you're speaking to. You might as well treat him like one.
Very good. Yes, you are quite correct. I apologize to you, Mr. Robot. Now, I think that does conclude our deal. I'll let you and your friends continue here, but please, Mr. Tuffet, don't come back and disappoint me again. I don't know if I could take it.
May I sort of gauge him, see if he's got any weapons on him?
Yeah, you can do that.
What check would this be?
You can make me a perception if you're still kind of like lingering.
Okay. Perception. Nope.
Nice.
Three.
Just sort of like the cane he's propped himself up on. And he kind of gives you a bit of a nod there, Moss and Nadine, and says, "Pleasure as always. Enjoy the festival. There's some great music being played right now. Jim, you know where to find me. I'll if I don't, I'll find you. We'll talk about this."
I don't. I think we've had quite enough of the deals.
Oh, all of you just
None of
lurking
us.
here in the corners.
All of us have pretty much said no. I think you can get the idea.
I mean, pretty much all of you did say no, but unfortunately, your friend Jim here said yes, and so a deal's a deal. So this between me and him, not between you and you all. You can figure that out.
I will get
yourselves.
really close to him. I'll kneel all the way down to stare him right in the face.
God.
I said no more deals.
You have conviction. That's great.
I solemnly swear, he holds up a hand, no more deals.
Sort of lean back upwards. If I find out you've been coming back to talk to Jim.
Hey,
our-
no need for threats yet.
Oh, I'm not threatening him.
Talik.
If you say I'm promising him, I swear to Christ.
Talik.
Well, no, I
Hello?
have to say.
Easy. Easy. We're fine.
I'm just sort of
No
back
more
off a bit.
deals. Have a good day,
No more
sir.
deals.
Have a good night.
I'll sort of
Nadine-
watch him as he leaves.
Jim begins to kind of just very defeated, trounce up the alleyway and sees that there's like a half discarded Shaywitch just like kind of nearby on a shelf and just grabs it and just takes a big bite out of it as like, various condiments sort of drip down onto his scruffy chin. He's just, I was just trying to make a deal, but you guys are
Why?
just.
Why
just
would
'cause
you make that without asking us first?
we were talking first of all, we found you on the hunt, so
Oh Jesus.
we had talked about it. We saw the prize. We went
Did
out
you
on the
talk
hunt.
about it with Kelpie?
Yeah, I think so. I think we were like, yeah, we could sell it.
Did Kelpie say that he wanted to?
I don't know what he said. All right, he looks like he wants to keep it now, but it's like that's not fair, right? We all
We all?
yeah, we all helped, right?
Yeah.
What deal did you exactly make?
I just told him that he's like, hey, I'll give you cash for it. And I said, yeah, like that'd be great. And then we traded it, and then we were gonna split the cash. Like all of us, we could split the cash. And then, Kelp and I would use that to travel north back to Salt Shore. It would help pay for like a monument for our father. We could afford to get the old fishery up and running again. Like, I mean, the money could help a lot.
And do you know how much this is worth?
I don't know. He said that he'd give us like 500 gold pieces for it. That's a lot.
Well, it is a lot.
Nadine's gonna kind of go over to him and like put a hand on his shoulder. She's not being menacing. She's not being spooky. She's just kind of like, Jim, we're all in support of, well, at least I think I can speak for most of us when we're happy to help you in this endeavor, but I think you should make sure that Kelpie wants to sell it at the same time before, getting ahead of yourself.
You're right. Okay.
I'm
well,
not
we'll talk-
opposed to selling it. I just think you should talk to
Think-
Kelpie first.
If we are gonna sell it, we need to appraise it first.
Make sure we're not getting ripped off.
As you make your way back with Jim to the Moonlight Gardens, he eventually kind of cheers up as you all see the next couple of songs in the set are being finished up. Can you make me one more performance check there, Kelp?
I sure can.
You got
please.
this, Kelpie.
Hey, 17.
Hey, yo.
Hey.
All right, and a nat one from the band as you slide in and you just hear twang as the strings on the other lute player just completely break, and you like just dance in front of him and just like fill that empty silence. And the crowd starts picking up some momentum and starts cheering you on, giving him enough
Sick
time
lute
to like
riff.
go back.
Can I
and
use
fix his instrument.
thaumaturgy
Yeah.
to like fill that noise a little more, just to like cover for him and just kind of wink at him as I do that? Sorry to interrupt you, by the way.
No, you're good. You're good. And you kind of fill the gap as you then kind of break into, the last song of the evening's set as they begin to play their famous jam.
Uh-oh.
And the crowd begins to dance around. And in that time, you see people kind of like forming little circles of dancing pals. And men and women, gnomes and elves, those in between those spaces, begin to all merrily dance with each other. As you play along with them the new song, I need you to make me a performance roll with disadvantage for not reading the sheet music.
Okay. So 26 and a 9.
Oh,
Oh, no! Oh, no.
That sucks so bad. Dude, that's just like polar opposites.
At this point, you're a little flat. You're having trouble keeping the rhythm. The crowd's still having a great time either way. The band kind of giving you a couple of encouraging nods. The rest of you kind of join in here in the circle. Jim starts clapping his hands as he sees a beer maid walk by and then goes chasing after her in an attempt to get a tankard of mead, dancing all along the way. Can the three of you make me perception checks, please?
With pleasure.
I'm trying to see if I have anything to...
16.
That's a nat 1, which leads up to a 4. Nadine really hates crowds. She really hates crowds. We're gonna chalk it up to that and not SJ's rolling ability.
Wow. Look at Moss out there.
Hell yeah.
What'd you
I
roll?
have no idea what I rolled. It is
Moss got a
not rolling.
24.
Okay,
Whoa.
Cat reflexes stay.
All
I
right.
guess.
As the band is kind of finishing up their final song, you turn your attention towards the beer garden, and this kind of very attractive looking human woman who Jim started following kind of begins to weave her way through the crowd. And then 1 second he's there, the next second, Jim just disappears.
Oh, shit.
Kelby, you're still on stage. Coming to the big finish. What are the three of you doing?
Did we all see him disappear?
Yes.
Where did he go?
Immediately following to where I saw him last.
I think Nadine's looking for that woman.
I'm staying where I'm at, just more focused on staying with Kelpie at this point.
All right. The band finishes, gives big bows. Kelby Tuffet of the Coral Reefer Band.
Thank you for having me.
As the rest of you see Jim has disappeared, the band switches out. And Kelpie, you kind of come down off stage. The Riddlebend Quartet giving you, hugs and says, "We'll meet you back at the tavern tonight. We'll split some of the payments here. You can get some of our fourth member who wasn't able to play tonight. We'll make sure you get your cut, Mr. Tuffet, sir."
Oh, you were all just too lovely. Thank you so much for that opportunity. It was a pleasure.
You see one guy out there who was watching your performance. Who's just way too big of a critic. Is, "Hey, Tuffet, you suck."
Hey, man, that's okay.
To pay no attention to them. I thought you were real good.
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Just you go on. We'll meet up with your friends. Have fun.
Okay. Y'all have a good one. And, yeah, so I'm just, kind of standing, by the side of the stage now.
Yeah.
Gonna try and weave my way through the crowd, as trying to not draw attention.
Yeah. Before he gets to me,
Kelpie.
I feel like before I walked off the stage, I would have been looking for my friends. Would I have seen, because they're kind of pushing around in the crowd, would I have seen them?
You would see Moss approaching, but you've kind of lost track of them while you were playing.
Yeah, I kind
I will
of...
say, Talok isn't exactly being stealthy about the way he's making to where he saw him disappear.
Talok, can you make me a tracking roll or a survival tracking if you can?
Yeah, no problem.
Kelpie would definitely be
Survival. What do I got for that?
upset that he
Plus
didn't see his
1.
brother.
Oh, yeah, 19.
All right.
Nice.
You eventually make your way out of the garden. You see the woman that Jem went after. And then she's kind of held up by a bit of a impromptu shelter that has been built for distributing beer over near what looks to be a vault or a bank of some kind. And Jem's nowhere to be found. She is just refilling her tray with other tankards and going to take them back out through the crowds. But he's nowhere in sight. Kelpie, you and Moss and Nadine kind of regroup. And then once you hop off the stage and sort of make your way through the Moonlight Gardens, I guess you're going to, I don't know, bring Kelpie up to speed.
Yep, just... Hey, Kelpie.
Oh, hey, what's up, man? You got to see the show. It was pretty good.
That was a great performance.
Oh, well, thank you.
We lost track of your brother, though.
Was he not here? Did he not come to watch?
One of the servers walked past, and he went chasing after. And shortly after that, we were unable to find him again.
Well, That's okay. I guess we should go look for him. He said he was. He said he was trying to make some deal with a guy, but I don't know, man. This thing feels kind of important. You know.
It definitely looks amazing.
I do.
If we
like
do
how it
want to make
looks.
a deal, though, I would say that we appraise it before we really decide on what to do.
Well, that's
We
a
don't know
smart
what
thing.
it's worth.
For sure. I'm
And
just
then-
kind of like playing with it, like I'm holding it, just kind of tossing around in my hand.
Am I able to still see where Talok is at the moment?
Yeah, Talok, what are you doing when you get to kind of like this kind of dead end?
First off, where I saw him disappear, I'm gonna try to investigate, see if I can find any clues.
Okay. Yeah, you can make an investigation. So you would
All right.
eventually kind of make your way across through the arbors and see Talok kind of over near the beer garden area.
It's only a 10.
Okay. At this point, you've kind of lost sight of where he had gone from here.
I'll go up to the waitress or the bartender, whoever she is.
Son, you got a beer ticket or?
Son, no, I'm looking for a friend of mine. I'll describe Jem. Scruffy chin. He came over to get some alcohol from you.
I've seen lots of scruffy chin men tonight looking for alcohol there. And there's a line here waiting. I'm afraid you can go and get. You can exchange your gold for tickets at any of the ticket locations. But no, I'm afraid I haven't seen who you're describing.
Insight.
Yeah, go for it.
That's what is my bonus to that? I think it's only a 13.
13. You get the idea that he's telling the truth. He is busy and just doesn't have time to deal with whatever it is you're asking.
And this is the one that he followed?
No. She kind of took her tray and sort of wandered off into the crowd again.
Try to get like an eye on her.
Yeah, you eventually track her down, but as the four of you kind of come back into a group, you can kind of take it from there. Eventually, you would find her.
Question, DM. Did he literally disappear, or like he got lost into the crowd?
It was almost like you were tracking him, and then 2-3 people walk in front of his form, and then at one point it was just not there anymore.
Okay. Can we or can Nadine roll like a perception to see if that was magic? If she can get an idea if that was like magically done or something, if he like was teleported, I guess.
You could make me an Arcana check.
Oh,
Hey.
look at that!
Whoa.
Every single time.
That's a 5. Just kidding.
Oh,
How dare you?
Oh Lord, I'm out, guys. I get kicked out of Arcana check.
If you fail an Arcana check, you get removed.
Oh,
I like
no.
how
I
Talon
don't
made
like
a
this.
perception check and failed, and you made an Arcana check and failed. We should just switch.
So
What are
bad
we
at
doing?
Freaking Ranger, bro. I'm not built for this.
You're made for perception. I'm made for Arcana. We're just mixing it up. This is bad.
Interesting.
I feel like I would just kind of be looking. Wait, we're walking up to this lady. You said
Yeah.
The
that
bar.
is that
lady?
the one that he was chasing after?
That's the one.
I'm gonna walk up to her. Excuse me, ma'am. Have a moment, please. Looking for my brother. His name's Jim. Kind of rugged looking man. I know that's not very very helpful, but you know.
Are you sure you're not looking for a drink and maybe, someone to play music to a little later, or?
Oh damn.
I mean, I love playing music for people. I'm not really too thirsty right now, but no, I'm just trying to. I need to find my brother. I'm kind of worried about him a little bit.
Nadine's
Slowly
gonna lean
covered in
over to
Nadine's
Tala.
ears.
I was gonna say Nadine's gonna lean over and go like, "Are they flirting? Is this?"
But
Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them. You're a child.
Hey, I
yeah, last time we saw him, he was coming up to walking up to talk to you. So I don't know if he was over there in the crowd when I was on the stage.
I didn't see anyone else. I was just watching you perform.
I don't trust this woman at all.
But I tell you what. Let me distribute these, and then I'll be back to refill, and maybe when the festival winds down, you can meet me in the garden somewhere. But yeah, I don't know if I've seen. You said your brother. You're the only person that I've seen that looks like you. I'm afraid.
Well, he doesn't look like I'm adopted. He's the human kind.
I can't. I fucking can't.
All right.
But you said you're working. I'm sorry. We can talk later. You said you want to meet up and talk.
You know what? On second thought, I just forgot I'm busy after.
No, that's okay. But if you see him, just give me a holler, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Yeah, she kind of like scoffs and like walks off. I don't know if she's like insulted or just like it just didn't end well. But you guys are kind of all left in a cluster, finding Jem to no avail.
Do we follow her?
Maybe we should check that alleyway or even the gardens or the temple again, the places we've been.
God, I'm not gonna lie, that lady was weird.
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay, she said she didn't see him though, so.
Why don't we
Let's
go
think.
and check those gardens?
Yeah, okay, sure. I guess I just walk off in that direction.
Okay. Where are you guys heading?
I'm like a little distraught, like mixed with not knowing where my brother is and upset that my brother didn't watch my show.
Talok is thinking a bit here. Does he? He would not have really any connections to criminals or whatnot, but from what he's known and what he's studied, would he know any of like their classic tricks? Like, where would it be? Like, would he have reason to believe that he would not already be in places they've already been?
Are you like kind of sharing this out loud, or is this like an internal pondering?
This right here is an internal pondering. He's gonna make sure he knows his information before sharing it.
Okay.
I guess you could make me an insight check, maybe.
All right. +1, 4. Nope. It's a 7.
Cool.
Yeah, this person's kind of an enigma. You're not really sure if he's a criminal or what. You've seen him in a couple different places, different alleyways, different courtyards, but even like out on the main gates, you knew that he was taking a wagon, which I guess he owns, down to the Gnomish Quarter, down near the docks.
Everyone, I have an idea.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
This may be,
Oh, go ahead. You finish your thing. I'm sorry.
This may be a long shot, but and I got this feeling too. Nadine Moss Kelpie. I feel like she's keeping something from us.
The bar lady?
She was kind of weird. She sounded a little nervous or something. I don't know. She was acting funny.
She was flirting with you.
She was what?
That wasn't flirting. That was something else.
I don't know. I mean.
I have an idea though. Slight bit of a plan.
Okay.
What if we take that amulet, point to the thing around Kelpie's neck? We tell her we want to sell it. If she's working for the gnome, she'd bring us to them.
It's not a bad idea.
Hmm.
I mean, that might work. Can I ask a question real quick?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where can you like ping the last like that where that alley was supposed to be where he disappeared? Since I did that tour, that was one of the areas I went to, right? Or is that one of the areas I didn't go to? What area was that?
You would have passed through there, yeah. You would have passed through there to the head to the West Market.
Okay, so this didn't have this wasn't like a named thing. I was making sure because I was thinking if it was one of those spots I didn't go into that might be kind of shifty. But
I mean, there's Shay's famous Shaywitches right here.
Okay, I'll just make sure my information I gathered from the tour is not too helpful here then. I mean, yeah, I guess we could go with that plan. I don't have a better one. I was just gonna walk around and yell his name.
Nadine Moss, your thoughts?
Sounds like a good idea.
Awesome.
Any way that we can get out of the general public would be nice.
I guess we're in agreement.
Start looking.
How long has it been since she walked off? Can we like get another beat on her?
Yeah. Make me another perception check if you can.
Can we all do that, or is it just him? Because I feel like we're all looking.
Yeah, you can all make one.
Cool.
Sorry, to
18.
clarify, are we looking for the bar lady or we're looking for Jim now?
The same lady I was just talking to.
Yeah.
I rolled
Okay,
a 14.
All right, 14,
10.
18.
10, 18.
I got a 5. Oh my god, I can't roll today.
All right,
I'm
can
gonna
you
wash
roll
my
me-
phone in water.
Talak, can you roll me 1d8?
Okay.
And then
Interesting.
also roll me a 1d4.
5 on the 8 and 1 on the 4.
All right. So you see the direction that the barmaid left. 5 on. Okay, so let me kind of explain the methodology here. Sometimes for like a scatter, I'll do a d8. And so if you think about your character in terms of like orientation, and then you think of a d8, so you're in the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the directional thing, yeah.
Exactly. So a 5 would land you here, basically true south.
Alright.
So about maybe 10 feet south, so this would be really close to like the edge of this building. You are investigating and you stumble across a discarded barmaid outfit, kind of just tossed aside on the
shit.
ground. And no barmaid to be found anywhere. You see kind of the tray of empty tankards just sort of set up on like a planter at the edge of the building.
I did see her face pretty well, though. Do I get any beat on anyone that looks like her?
Not a single person.
Can we try to track her?
Oh yeah, you can do smell stuff.
If
Did
have
you
a-
share this information with us, by the way, or no?
I'll point it out.
Okay.
Look,
You can,
discarded barmaid's clothes.
Oh my!
Why would she get rid of those?
as far as like tracking, like here in Whitestone, you're not going to find footprints. You may be able to like spend some time to talk about, like, did you see a person? Like trying to talk to locals? But short of that, like it's going to be hard pressed unless you have some other way to track, magically scent something.
Do I have scent because of lycanthropy?
I think if you shift,
Oh.
I don't know though. I'm not the expert.
There's nothing
Will?
about it technically.
I don't know if moss would have an animal that would have a perception smell or not.
Dog?
I
maybe?
would if I could sleep.
You're out of them.
Well, I tell you what, if we can find a fish somewhere, I can ask him.
DM question.
Mhm.
If I shifted, it's not official, but since we're also kind of going with a lycanthropy thing, if I shifted like actively, would I be able to track with scent?
Let's see. You went with, was it Long Claw? What was it?
Long tooth?
Long Tooth.
It doesn't say anything about it technically.
Is there any official ruling on that kind of a thing for
Werewolves?
well, no, any other shifter race? Like the other shifter races?
I didn't see anything.
I know-
It's not in their mechanics. I don't think they get that. The best it would be like
really
instincts where you
weird.
get advantage on a perception check using it.
Hmm.
I do have an
Damn.
idea though if that falls through.
I also have an idea.
Talok's not dumb. Would he be privy to the fact that some thieves use their own languages to communicate in like symbols and whatnot?
Oh,
Yeah,
thieves
for sure.
can't.
Yeah. So he would not be able to read it, of course, but can I look anywhere around this area to see if there's any markings or any symbols that might be like, hey, communicating between each other?
Oh, he's looking for thieves' can.
You could attempt to find something like that, yeah.
I'll turn to Nadine. Could you give me some help here? Looking for something. Symbols.
Of course.
Are we gonna Scooby Doo this
And,
bitch?
and I will allow
Gonna
you,
cast
Nadine, to make the
guidance
check
on that.
with...
I'm
Am
gonna
I?
just touch Nadine and give her guidance.
Alright, I'm going to
Oh.
help.
What
I'm
does
going to
guidance
give
do?
Nadine the... You get to
Uh,
add a d4 to ability checks.
Yep.
Oh damn.
Cool.
And I will give you advantage with the help action and make... Hopefully, we'll
Shit.
see if we can find anything.
Okay. Is this perception?
I feel like it might be investigation.
It's up
DM,
to
is this-
DM.
Yeah, let's do perception. That's fine.
Okay. Cool. Roll that this first time. That's a 10. So should I do advantage and then add the 4?
It's not add 4, it's add a d4. So you
Oh,
add
yeah,
roll
yeah, I
D4,
meant add a
but
D4.
Always roll.
Okay, the higher roll was a
first.
15 plus a d4. 17.
Not bad.
17. All right. What you would recognize is, let's say, kind of scraggling around, you would see eventually that there are several markers that are undiscernible to you, but they would kind of lead you down through dark alleys. Eventually,
So
you would
these
end
are
up.
symbols, yeah?
Yeah, they're symbols. Yeah.
I will
wait.
cast Comprehend Languages.
I was gonna do that same thing. That's crazy. We got so much in
But
common.
I will ritual cast it if everyone's okay with waiting the time. If not,
But I mean, I can just cast it.
We could also just
And you
follow
do it.
them.
Yeah, I'll do it. I got. Boom. Comprehend languages.
what do you read?
Well, it says here.
Can't wait for it to be so stupid.
So no, you would it would be shorthand, a lot of stuff, right?
Okay.
So you would see symbols that basically indicated it would say safe passage,
It says safe passage.
and then there would be almost like an arrow that would be pointing in a specific direction.
All right, then we got an arrow going that way.
So it would be like safe passage west, right? And so that would guide you, and then eventually you would come to this courtyard, presumably, where the
I'm gonna
guy
say
was
we follow it. Yeah.
hanging out. And then, assuming you were kind of looking for similar things, you would see perhaps something that says or reads and transcribes something to like West Temple entrance.
It says West Temple entrance.
I
And
think
that would be
it's we just go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with
Are
us.
we gonna like try to be a little sneaky, or are we just gonna walk in here? I mean,
I would say we start.
there might be
there.
a.
We're trying to
I
find
mean,
Jim
there
before
might
he
be
like isn't dangerous.
Dies.
Are we like at an entrance of a place right now?
You're sort of standing in this courtyard here.
We go to the
Okay.
temple's west entrance. That's what we do. We have the information.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
So,
made sense.
Let's go to the
Okay,
temple.
so we're just look out for a naked lady. Let's do this.
That's no. Okay, Kelpie. I don't
I'm
think.
gonna
I think she
keep an
changed
eye
her
out
clothes.
for a naked lady.
Oh,
Nadine
my
is
God.
actively going to not look for a naked lady.
okay.
Nadine, cover your eyes. I don't know if they're actually right about this.
Let's just go. Let's just go.
I mean, I could be right. You don't know. All right, let's get.
I
let's
think
get on
we
in.
go to the west entrance. We go to the
Yes.
west side of the temple.
for sure.
All right, heading your way down here, like heading towards the Elven district that you had kind of passed through earlier, Kelpie, you would see just this long double-story manor-like building, and going up and down the entire length of it, you would eventually reach kind of like the high-pitched wall where there are sort of like a walkway with parapets and these big stone elven arches that lead to like the fighters area. And that block off access to the courtyard of the temple. But along that entire western side of the building, there is not a single doorway.
Can I start like knocking on the wall? Just be like, I don't see no door, guys. What's like?
Yeah,
Where'd
can
it
I
go?
roll an investigation or a perception?
Yeah, for sure.
Listen, like
Can I do perception?
Yeah.
I'm doing like hamboni on the wall right now.
That's an 8.
I have some.
Damn it.
I have something. I have something I can do, but it'll take. I'll have to. It's a bit of a jump from what the spell really is supposed to do.
Well, okay.
If I were to cast Identify on this wall,
Mm.
could that count as an item that I could identify?
I don't think that you would get the effect you were maybe looking for out of that.
Okay.
But yeah.
Do I get anything from kind of beating on the walls?
No, it's pretty sturdy. There's quite a few layers of like thick block and stone that then lead up to what would be like the first part of like the Tudor structure with the jetty that sticks out, and then up maybe 4 feet from that are like the first large windows that sort of overlook the street, and then high above that, another 10 feet is sort of the second floor of windows. But the building itself is solid.
There's no more thieves' cant or whatever the equivalent this is anywhere.
You wouldn't see any around here now.
Okay.
Do we go in the window?
Yes. You said it was west. It was
Yeah.
you said
West entrance.
okay. West entrance.
May I look for any sort of hidden doorway?
Yeah, you could.
All right.
While they're doing this, can I roll a perception for any naked ladies running around?
Of course. That's
I
a-
always
God.
rolls in that 20.
That's I assume that's a passive for
Holy
you.
shit.
Well, I just rolled an 18.
Mhm.
Goddamn.
How many
you
ladies?
Moss, the closest that you get is as you're kind of peering around, there is a large 2-story elven structure that kind of towers over these buildings in front of you here to the south. And as you're kind of looking up over, you stare right through somebody's home and straight into their curtains, and you see an elven man stand just stark ass nude with the curtains open, who it just covers himself immediately and shuts the silken curtains and then like dives into this drawn tub where he has a hot bath there, and you just hear pervert.
It's gonna wave.
Who said that?
Must know.
Will this be investigation?
Make no other mention.
Yes, please.
Come on, babe.
Well, that's a 7.
It is a wall.
Nope, that's not a 7. That's a 5.
Do you?
Uh,
Go ahead.
Within a few minutes, you guys see a detachment of guards sort of turn the corner on top of the walls here and begin their rounds, and they peer down at you. Everything all right?
Yeah, just sorry, I drank too much.
We're
Sir,
looking for a naked lady.
No,
well,
that's
she might not be naked.
The woman guard the woman guard standing next to the one that shouted just mutters to herself, "Aren't we all?"
I like her.
I had a quick question. This is, I guess, it's kind of related. So with nat ones, are you doing them that it's just like, so like he said, oh,
That's
it's a
a-
5,
yeah,
or it's
that's a
like
fail.
you fucked up?
You know, nat 1 is an auto fail, and nat 20 is an
Cool.
auto
Not-
success.
not. That's only on attack rolls though. In 5th edition.
Or like it's more fun that way. That's why I was asking, because I know
This is a fun
Chris-
roll. Yeah.
Chris's flavor.
It gets
yeah.
kind of wonky when it comes to saving throws and stuff though. So keep that in mind.
Hmm.
I mean, we can discuss that later if we really
Yeah.
need to. But anyways, I just so
I
I know.
know. If you have a saving throw that, you know, like you're automatically always going to win, like there has to be some room for failure, but we can kind of cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah.
You know.
So I was just curious, because if I roll a 1, I didn't know if you need that actual number. Just like
The real reason it comes into like it gets interesting
Oh.
when if you roll nat 20, sometimes that's not enough to clear a check. That's the thing. That's why some skills are important for character. That's a different topic.
I guess yeah.
I think-
Anyways, game.
Yeah.
Game.
Can Nadine like check the ground around like the wall,
That's kind of what I was thinking. Just like looking around the
like
area.
the dirt, like if there's any like
Yeah.
bushes and shit.
Yeah, it'd be like a
Perception
hedgerow.
again. Yeah.
Oh, can I look for
Trying so hard
footprints?
Oh
Like,
my
is it, like,
god, it's
dirt?
another nat 1. Oh my god. Nadine just like has a panic attack.
While she's
Don't worry,
doing
guys,
that,
give me
just
about
so we're
15
not.
levels and I'll cast pass wall.
While she's doing that, just so we're not just like waiting for somebody else to fail, because I was gonna try to roll it before she did, but I mean at the same time she did. I want to kind of look to see if it like looks like anybody walked around here, like to see if there's like, oh, those footprints just disappeared into the wall, so there's something going on, kind of thing.
I think at this point, you guys spend probably another half hour kind of
Okay.
scouring this area, and it becomes rather fruitless.
Okay. Well, shit.
We could just climb in the window.
Yeah, actually, yes. Why we can just do that.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
All right. I'll give someone a boost. Nadine, you're pretty like dexterous, right?
Yeah, I can do this.
But also,
right.
Jim
Yes.
knows we'll be at the tavern. We could head back.
No, he's not. He's
I
not
don't
waiting
think
for
he's
us.
coming
boss.
back.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Give me a boost.
All right. I'll kneel down.
Actually,
Hands out.
before that happens, I'd like to cast Disguise Self on myself, because I have that, because Gloomstalker, make myself look like a guard.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
It's going to modify, I believe, your physicality to make yourself look more like a moon elf. I don't think it will change your garments. Wait, is that Ultra Self or Disguise Self?
Disguise
Self will
self.
do that.
Including
disguise
your
the-
clothing, armor, weapons.
All right. So the illusion. Got it. Cool. All right. So yeah, you're able to manifest that silver breastplates that are kind of glamored onto yourself, and you begin to. I guess, are you going to come into the southern or the northern window on the first
Is
floor?
there
or the
not
second
western
floor?
windows?
Well, okay, here, I will just sort of move you aside. So there would be windows basically in between here and here. And there would be 2 sets of them. One's closer to the ground. These are all on the western side, but one's more north and one's more south, right? So it's what floor and which one?
I'm sorry, I had to walk away. There's a knock at the door.
We'll do the first floor. Or like the easiest possible window to get in.
Okay. Yep.
Can I do it stealthily if possible?
Yeah. Select a circle there just to let me know.
Sorry. Let me pull
Do
up.
the left one.
We'll do the left one. Yeah, we'll do that left one. Is that
Give him a boost.
what's that? What roll will that be to try and get in the window stealthily?
It would be an athletics climb to get up to it, and then a stealth check to try and get inside.
Could I do acrobatics instead?
I think for this being a climb check, no.
Yeah, because
Cool.
you're not flipping.
That's a
Since I'm
10.
boosting them. Oh, you never let me give you the help
Oh,
action
sorry.
before you
I'm
roll.
sorry, I forgot.
It's okay.
That's a 10.
All right. At this point, you're just kind of pathetically trying to reach the ledge and can't
All right.
get to it.
All right, Kelpie, come here.
Yeah, I'm coming. What's up?
You go through the window. No,
I go through the window. Okay, I mean, yeah, because we're both pretty tall. This is like a tall stack
Actually,
of people.
how good are you at athletics, Kelpie?
I'm pretty strong.
Yes, but specifically climbing walls. How good are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it.
Would you say you're on a scale of 1 to 10? You're a 5, a 6, a 4?
Okay,
Yeah, I would
okay,
say.
okay,
I'm,
okay.
You know, if we're trying to, I've heard of this. I've heard this term. It's metagaming.
What's gaming?
Don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
All right, here, I'll boost
Before
you.
you jump, I'm just gonna tap you on the shoulder. Good luck, my friend, and give you
Well,
guidance.
thank you, buddy.
Aw.
Okay, so you said athletics and stealth, right?
And your
Martial.
first roll has a D4 on that.
And I am boosting you. I don't know if that's going to give you advantage to the DM.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, you're good.
So I'm gonna make the athletics first. Does that just makes sense to me? So I add a D4 to this, right?
At
So it's-
advantage.
Oh, that athletics is advantage.
Yeah, because I'm boosting you.
Okay, I just didn't. Okay, so that's a 12, and then. Oh, cool! That does 16 for the athletics.
All right,
then
Kelpie, you get up there rather easily as you were boosted up.
I have a. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
17 with the stealth. Okay, cool.
Yes,
All right, and
awesome.
you like, very cat-like kind of swing your legs over and get into the room and duck. Take a look around the interior. You are in a kind of a dimly lit room. It appears to be some sort of a bunk quarters. There are several rows of double-stacked bunks in this space, but there doesn't appear to be anybody currently in it. You can tell that this is very likely where some of the guards dwell.
Kelpie, you want to boost us in?
I mean, that's kind of how far is this? Like, how tall is that?
It's that window is probably about I don't know, like 8 or 9 feet up off the ground.
So can I
you
like?
pull us in?
I want to.
yeah.
Okay, are we gonna have to like make rolls? Because I was gonna. what I was
No,
gonna do is,
you
like-
can kind of all take 10 on that, but I'm gonna have you make stealth checks.
Okay. Do I need to make another stealth check?
No, you do not. But each of the people going in do.
Okay, just make sure.
That is a 24 stealth.
Ooh, there you go. Get rid of those
I'm
ones.
just gonna stand there and sort of stare at Moss.
Um,
Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Oh my lord.
I might need some help.
Okay, I'll go. You go first.
Dude,
No.
he's probably heavy as shit.
You think I'm
Got a
strong, man?
12 for stealth.
All right, 12. All right, Amos, you get up there and kind of clunk onto the floor. You kind
All
of hear his
380 pounds.
Oh my
stone ass
God.
grinding against the window, just like.
Oh,
All right, 16, not bad.
Well, it's +3, so 19.
All right. Short of the creaking of moss kind of landing in there, you feel like that was a pretty successful attempt to get inside. As you guys find yourselves inside of the western first floor wing of the temple itself, what are you going to do?
I'm immediately looking for because how long does this last? An hour. Okay, never mind. Comprehend languages.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look for more of that good old thieves camp.
This seems like a bad idea.
Maybe, but we're
Well,
already inside, so.
Breaking into the temple.
Yeah, but I know this lady.
You know
So,
her.
yeah. So she's the one that was talking about Saltine or whatever. But she gave me a rock, so we gotta be some kind of friend.
I share your concern, Moss, but if there's any chance that these thieves are more cutthroat than they originally let on, gotta protect our own.
That's a 16 for looking for thief stuff.
Not familiar with thieves, but it seems counterintuitive to go to the place that is probably most heavily guarded in this city.
Yeah, but we gotta find Jim, man. He could be in danger, maybe.
Among the interior of this space, you find about, I'm going to say, 12 bunks with personal possessions kind of scattered about, changes of clothes. Everything rather well regimented, the beds immaculately made and pressed before leaving. Everything neat and tidy and accurate little rows. An OCD person's dream, as all of the boot heels are neatly pressed together and everything is finally dusted and polished. Short of that, upon a nearby bunk, you just see a small leather book. Opening it up and kind of thumbing through a few pages, you see a highly flourished Elvish script and personal handwriting throughout. Do you speak Elven?
Me? I don't, but I still have comprehend languages active.
Got it. You would be able to see the letters manifest as this is just some sort of like a personal journal and diary from one of the guards. And there's, some pining and lustful things. You see tiny like hearts drawn over certain names as you begin to understand here that the guard is absolutely infatuated with this other guard whose name is Sathian, but it seems to be unrequited love.
That's upsetting.
I'd like to look to see if there's a door to get into that right room.
Just no door to this room.
Yeah, you can basically look for additional passageways. It looks like there is a door that connects potentially to another bunk. Or like another bunk room, sort of like the way that hotel rooms jut up against each other. But then there's another door that has a heavy door on it that probably goes out into a corridor, like a hallway.
Can we check for secret passages? For secrets?
Yeah, certainly. Make me an investigation for that.
That's a 19.
Apparently are.
19. Okay. The only thing that you do discover is that one of the panels on the walls kind of like slides to the side, and in it are like hidden armaments. There's several swords and bows kind of like compressed into a wall compartment, almost like for safekeeping.
Ooh, can I look at the bows?
Yeah, I mean they're finely constructed like elven recurve bows, things that the guards themselves don't normally carry around.
I wanna. I wanna take one.
You gonna pull out Indiana Jones right now?
Oh, I'm gonna look at the group for approval on this.
Talok slowly shakes his head no.
I'm just reading this. I'm just like flipping through this book.
Oh, I want to take it. Do I do it?
Looking over.
And he slowly turns his head away.
Cool. Nadine's gonna swap her bow for one of the nicer ones.
So you just like stuff yours into the closet?
Yes.
All right, got it. For intents and purposes here in this game, it will function as basically a master crafted item. It is considerably higher value than yours, but it will function basically mechanically the same as a longbow. It, however, would, if we got into things like, enchanting and stuff like that, having a higher value item is going to help. We can discuss that down the road.
Actually, I think I'm also just going to keep my normal one. I don't want any fingerprints or anything now that I'm thinking about that. She swaps them and then she takes them both. Not fingerprints, but like evidence that we were broken in.
I guess.
So she's going to keep both bows and kind of put the panel back on the wall.
It's good in case the D&D forensics team shows up.
Yes.
So I don't.
see.
Well, it's evidence of a break-in, is my thought. I guess Nadine's gonna kind of turn to the group and be like, "I'm not really sure where to go from here."
Anyone have any ideas?
I didn't find really anything else in that book, right? It's
It
just that.
seems to be an interesting book. Moss is just kind of reading it over your shoulder with you.
no.
Yeah, no, right? It's so sad.
It's honestly,
Um,
there's so many books like that. There's
But it's like a but it's like a
families don't
real,
like it.
it's like a real person, you know.
Well, it is a journal.
Anyways, I just stuff it back where it goes.
Can I listen at the big heavy door to see if I can try to get a gauge if anyone's on the other side,
Oh, yeah,
like in that
100%.
corridor? What would that be?
Just make me a perception roll. It's fine.
That's a 19 again.
19.
Hey.
All right. You hear kind of the faint reverberations of heavy steel boots somewhere in a marbled corridor, kind of in the distance. It's hard to determine how far away they are, but they kind of recede and dissipate, and then perhaps you hear additional footsteps somewhere else coming from more true west rather than south, or true east rather than south. And at that point, so Nadine is closer to the corridor wall. You are near the bunk beds, Kelpie and Moss. Talak, where are you?
I would be helping Nadine. I'm not really caring about that diary. I'm trying to find Jem.
All right. At this point, a whooshing sound is heard, just a whoosh, as you hear some papers kind of scatter. As you then turn around and kind of in the middle of the window frame is this enormous fucking owl.
Oh, well, hello there.
It stares at you with
Moss?
big orange fucking eyes.
Moss, now might be the time you get to talk to the owl.
Hello, friend.
Oh no.
Wait, can you speak owl?
I thought he had something for this. I didn't.
I mean,
think
I
he
have
actually meant
something.
talk
I
to
have
us.
something for this. I can talk. Do we want to talk to the owl?
Yes.
Moss is just straight up talking to the owl.
Like, but do you understand it?
Doesn't
Moss,
even understand you.
Moss can talk to small creatures.
That's a big owl.
What mechanically are what rules do you have that you're playing off of?
No. Moss
Th-
has
this-
zero concept of talking to this creature. He's just talking to said creature.
Okay, just talking to it.
God,
So if I
it-
cast speak with animals, does that make comprehend languages go away?
Is
does
the
it require
concentration?
concentration?
Oh, let me check. Where is it gonna?
Well, Actually, comprehend languages doesn't. So
Cool. I'm gonna do speak with animals. I'm just burning spell slots. All right, Mr. Owl, or Mrs. Owl. I don't know how to tell. How you doing?
The creature kind of begins to adjust its eyes a bit. Its head turns and kind of views everyone within the room as it hoots this deep, breathy sounds. The words kind of manifest into your brain, and you just hear, peculiar. You were able to communicate while I'm in this form.
what are they saying?
He said it's weird that I can talk to him when he's in this form. What does that? You have other like? Can you turn into other bird? Are you not a bird? Who are you?
At this point, you see the owl hops down out of the window frame and sort of like mid hop. Two elongated humanoid limbs kind of turn into bird-like feet as the wings sprout hands and claws, and it stands upright, like, I don't know, 5.5, 6 feet tall, as a feathered owl head sort of becomes more pronounced and sort of semi-humanoid. And it looks like this, only completely... Oh, let's see if I can actually...
I think I know what this is. That's fucking nifty, bro.
I am unable to share the art right now. But this humanoid owl stands up and then with a big beak is able to kind of break into a more common and elvish tongue and says, "This is better. Greetings,
Hello.
champions of the hunt.
That kind of like
Who are
thumb
you?
the
Can we all
necklace,
can
like,
we all
oh,
understand the owl now?
Mm-hmm.
Who are
Yeah. Oh
you?
man, I didn't even need to do that, did I? That's okay.
We met earlier. I was watching you in the woods, and
You
I
guys met him?
was watching you in the town. Why are you in this place?
You mean in this
Well,
room?
Yes, why did you
we're
break
looking
into
for my
the temple?
brother.
He's not here, that is for sure.
Oh,
Would you happen to know where he is?
I'm afraid not. I was keeping tabs on you,
May I
did
ask
you?
why?
because that was asked of me.
Oh, by who?
Priestess Justera.
Oh yeah, I know her.
Uh-oh.
I don't mean to break up this lovely small talk, but I think we're on a time schedule. No offense. Your name?
I mean, but hey, you've been following us, right? So like, did you see a barmaid who walked into an alley and got naked?
No, I'm afraid not. However,
Okay.
I did see
Oh.
you slay those shadow creatures in the forest.
That's... All due respect.
We did do that, yeah.
With all due respect, this can hold on for another time. I don't know. We don't know how long.
I don't know.
Listen, I mean, yeah, he's friends with the lady. I mean, she might. I don't want her to take my rock back, so I feel like we should be nice.
I'm not trying to be rude. I personally am intrigued by this situation. I've personally noticed you watching us, at least in the town. However, one of our friends seems to have been kidnapped by some sort of criminal, and we don't know what trouble he's in.
That is true.
Indeed, people have a tendency to go missing sometimes here in the village. Tell me, you don't recall us meeting at the university? Did you find what you were looking for there?
No.
You ask my name. It is Masai.
Messiah.
Nice to meet you.
I am captain of the guards here. I lead the guards of this village for the priestess Justera.
Sorry for breaking in. We kind of thought our other party member was in here.
Child.
Yeah, we had some thieves writing or something that said to come to the west side of this place. So.
Captain Messiah, I actually do remember you. I did not know you were an owl folk.
I don't think that's what they're called.
No, it's a bit of a curse, perhaps. It's a bit of lycanthropy, actually.
Oh.
That is why
we know about that.
I cannot be patrolling the streets during the festival. I am bound to this form until the moon passes.
Wow. That's
wait,
rough.
Well, now it makes a lot more sense.
How are you not turning into a you know?
It's more of a full moon thing. It's a full moon thing.
I point at the owl guy. You know, right? Like you don't have to keep that. You saw us. You know what's up, right?
I would presume that
Okay.
this child here was only partially touched by the curse.
I see.
She is not fully blooded, as I am.
Okay.
Worry not. You shouldn't have to hide yourself from Salune's gaze. I personally don't mind this form, although I would seek to keep this as much of a secret from the population as possible. They seem to have troubles against beasts.
You're telling me.
I should tell you, the priestess does wish to meet you, sort of see what commands your heart, see what hope there is for you. Selune, the goddess, she does want into her protection good-hearted folk with bestial natures like ourselves, to serve her for the betterment of the realm, to quench out darkness and chaos.
Could I ask a favor? This is out of character. What was his name?
Masai is her name.
Oh, it's her?
May I ask a favor, Masai? Or perhaps a bit of a favor for a favor?
Sure.
I will happily meet with the priestess if you wouldn't mind helping us find our friend. You have much more eyes and knowledge of this city than us, and we're quite worried, and he means a lot to us.
Yeah, I mean, we can show you the writing that brought us over here too. I'm worrying up a storm about my brother over here.
Well, I would say I will follow you. Show me this writing. We'll see what we can make of it.
Okay.
Best to climb down, though, out the window, not to
Yeah, that's
cause
a good
any more.
idea.
Oh no.
I'll tidy up in here. Keep the bow. Consider it a gift.
Thank you.
What, you took a bow? If I saw that, I would have stopped it.
Why are you talking like that?
Nothing.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Nadine climbs out the window.
Off we
She
go.
walks over. She grabs the book out of Kelpie's hand and clasps it shut and says, "That's personal," and puts it back on the bed and then shuts the closet with the weapons and says, "Go on."
Oh, I thought I already put it back. Oh, my bad. I thought we were looking for thief secrets.
Was that your book?
No, it belongs to one of the guards.
Oh, well, I'm mighty excited me to pry. All right, out we go. And I just kind of like do a little hoot.
Do a backflip,
You guys hop down and head back out into the Whitestones as it is getting late into the hour, and only the truly faithful have kind of begun to have sort of like a candlelight vigil in the garden district. The music is toned down. People have begun to mill back to their houses as the bars fill up for sort of final calls. And as you head towards the alleyway, you see the great owl sort of fly out again and land perched nearby on top of a roof. As its powerful gaze peers down at some of the symbols. And with your comprehend languages, it hoots heavily into the night. And the owl basically says, these are old sigils. They refer to the hidden pathways of the old city that this was built upon and nothing more. Catacombs, in the hidden waterways that connect the river that runs basically underground through the city that provides all of the water to the wells.
I share that. That's too much to do the funny translation bit.
So we got to get down there.
Yeah, she scoffs it up as saying basically it's nothing. It's just, there's this place is built on an old rock gnome. I guess you could call it like a ruin of sorts. And she just sort of flies off and says, well, hopefully your friend is fine if he fell down there or something.
Wait, I have a question. There was a fellow that wanted to purchase this. I hold it up. Does that connect to that at all? Because I went on a tour earlier and they said that the older district or whatever that's like based off of this stuff, they don't take too kindly to all the events and they don't enjoy them like that. Maybe they like want this thing. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure all this out.
Anyone would be very blessed to have such a trinket in their possession, and those who would want to purchase it for themselves are like many others. If it was what she would call like the dark folk, meaning like the rock gnomes that live underground, then she says she doesn't see why they would want it. They do not worship the Lightbringer.
What was that guy? Was he a gnome?
Yeah.
Do we know if he was a rock gnome?
Potentially, yeah.
I say we find a way underground.
Is there a safer access point to get down there?
You could try the gnomish docks. There's an old gated up aqueduct that sort of opens up to the lake.
Let's go.
It's worth a shot, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, we appreciate your help. Sorry for doing a whole breaking and whatnot.
I'll be watching you. As she kind of floats off and spreads her 10-foot wingspan and takes off into the sky.
Bye-bye. See you later.
Let's go.
Yep.
All right.
How long has it been since they disappeared?
It's probably been an hour or so since Jim disappeared.
Okay.
To get to the
there, he's missing
docks,
like 3 toes.
yeah, to get to the docks, you're gonna have to exit out the main gate and then head down the hillside to the gnomish enclave against
Oh, wow.
the shore of Lake Castor.
Didn't even notice that down there.
Let's do it.
Hey guys, you know, I'm pretty good with the water. These are my kind of people, so maybe I can kind of take. I mean, Jim too. He was a fisherman. Maybe I can have some sort of help here.
Possibly.
Once you get past basically this like outer ward here, where there is a stable, you begin to slope downhill rather precipitously, and then it almost feels like you're growing as all of the structures become smaller.
Well, this is just it's a tiny little place, huh?
As we're going, just want to keep an eye out for anyone watching other than the owl.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of keeping tabs on us, make sure we're not being followed.
You're immediately met as you kind of enter. I don't know what way you're going to be going. There's kind of like a hillside here that has rocky outcroppings where like there's actual like homes and businesses built into the hillside, and then there's more of like the more standard construction out here near the docks. So I don't know what ways you're heading, but either way, those who are awake will kind of give you nervous glances and suspicious looks as it's not normal, especially this late, to have taller folk and humanoids kind of traverse down through here. So you're kind of, it's a bit of a like a gnomish ghetto, you could say.
Okay.
Nadine.
I don't think she wants to talk to you right now.
I guess not.
That's okay.
It's fine.
He said this entrance was down by the. I mean, I could ask somebody, kind of get that. You know, I'm a fisherman. They're a fisherman. We both like fish.
You said you could speak with fish earlier?
I can talk to most things that breathe water.
If it's an aqueduct.
Maybe there's a fish to talk. I like the way you think.
I don't think a fish would have. You know, it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot.
You might have seen something.
Exactly.
Maybe there's a big fish, bigger fish, or smarter fish. Everybody knows that.
I don't think that's how that works.
I talk to them. Do you talk to fish?
You know what? You're right. You're absolutely right. I apologize.
You ever talk to one of them octopus? Those guys are a hoot and a holler.
I'm absolutely sure.
I think you'd like them.
What is
Anyways.
an octopus?
It's like it's like a weird thing. It's like kind of like a fish, but it's got like long tentacles and they kind of like flop around. They got a big old floppy head. They're really smart.
Oh, okay.
They are.
We need
Yeah,
to
I'll
find
point
some
it
sort
out
of
if
clue.
it's one. I mean, we can just walk towards the dock. I don't know. That's our
Yes.
target.
But
We
we
got
don't
the
know where
clue.
we're going.
Yeah, I guess.
Well, I'd assume towards the water.
Is there like a? You said there's a couple people that are just kind of side eyeing us.
Just gnomes in their businesses are kind of peering out windows to sort of like, who are these people? Occasionally, perhaps sitting out onto like their front stoops, smoking pipes or having late drinks. You can see kind of late night fishers coming back, carrying large nets that are kind of dripping water
yes.
and algae. But eventually you kind of make your way down closer to the docks. There is a large gnomish, like just an expansive, looks like a little miniature, like Ritz-Carlton kind of hotel, but it's like gnome sized. And down here you can see there's a human sized dock nearby, and then several like gnomish sized docks that then extend out into Lake Castor.
Do we want to maybe go half and half on this?
I don't know what that means.
Like 2 of us go there, 2 of us go there, and then whoever find. I guess we don't really have a way to like talk in long distance, do we?
No.
Well, I mean, if I find it, I could make like a big boom. Not like a real boom. but
Why
like a
don't we
fake
just like scan this coastline altogether and try to
Okay.
get inside these ducks as
mean,
fast as we can.
We could ask around the docks. There are
I
gnomes around
don't
us.
know if
Oh,
people
no,
will
I-
want to talk to us. I don't think that's the
No,
best idea.
these are my kind of people, and I like pull out a tobacco pipe and
See?
put that in my mouth and like light it. And I'm like, look, we gotta be like them. You gotta think like them, and then they'll talk.
I also
with
have
us.
money, so we can always bribe them.
Yeah, but you gotta have some hospitality and some charm sometimes.
Suppose that's all on you, my friend.
Okie doke, and I'm just gonna walk towards the first person that looks like a fisherman I see.
You see, kind of coming up off of the docks, a recently returned, like small skiff of some kind is being moored with heavy ropes, as a pair of surly-looking gnomes who are just dog-tired, covered in sweat and grime, have heavy nets kind of thrown up over their shoulders. One carrying like a heavy wooden box of tackle, perhaps, comes marching up to the front of the docks where this heavy stone pier kind of juts out. And he gives you a bit of a glance, wipes the sweat from his brow, and just kind of gives you a nod and tries to ignore you to the best of his ability. What are you gonna do?
I kind of like puff my pipe. How's it going, sir? That looks a little heavy. That's a good catch, though. I tell you what, it looks like these are good waters. I could help you carry that, in just in trade for a conversation, maybe.
Not really looking for help, but fancy your stuff here.
And he kind of like holds out his pipe, which is just shore empty at this point.
Oh, for sure. And I kind of pack some tobacco and light it for him. There you go.
All right, yep. You still have quite a bit left. As he takes it, he's
Thank you, dear. And can I have a bit of a light if you have a tender twig?
For sure. Yeah, and I'll light it.
Thank you. That is rich. That's
is.
nice.
Salt shore tobacco.
Salt shore. Fancy yourself a sailor then?
I sure do. I tell you what, I came from the sea. I've been fishing my whole life. Been on the waters my whole life.
make me just a persuasion roll with advantage.
Okay. We got
Okay.
a 23 or a 14.
Got it. You walk adjacent as he introduces himself. His name is Endel. And Endel has a fishery here on the shore and has kind of sells a bit of stuff out of his bait shop and does a lot of late night fishing in order to just sort of like make ends meet. Him and his brother, Endel and Wendell, they are coming in. They kind of lead you up to their shop, open up the door, and say,
You just sit that right there, Wendell. Thank you. What brings you out? It's this far. The festival, then. You up there partying? The moon.
I'm more of a. I came to play some music and meet with my brother, but he's gone missing. He apparently was trying to make some deal with I believe a gnomish fellow, and we found something that may lead us to believe he might have went to the under. I'm just as a you understand, it's a fisherman, a group of brother fishermen. That's what we are. It's just that's a close bond.
Oh, it must be those. You mean under, like into the old caves?
Yeah. We were told there was an entrance down here. We found some evidence that it may be related to his disappearance.
Yes. If you head westward along the dock, eventually you'll pass the two large gnomish fisheries. There's a private dock right there with a bit of an iron gate. If you go down it, there's an old entrance. It's a spillway, basically. Any of the excess water that's not pulled from the wells that comes from the nearby river, filtered through all the shale. It's just a natural spring. It's kind of barred up, though. They gated it in when the tunnel started collapsing during the last construction.
Well,
Why would your friend go down there?
I think he might have been kidnapped.
Kidnapped.
Yeah, there was a shady group of people that he was trying to deal with, and the deal went south. And one second he was there with some woman, next second he's gone, and that woman has seemed to change outfits and also disappear. It's a little worrying.
Well, I mean, there's not much access down there anymore. However, you could perhaps in the morning ask the folks at Alma's Scriptorium. There's a shop in the hillside over there, a scrivener. I believe the back of her shop actually opens up into one of the old chambers, but it's basically sealed shut. Nobody goes down there anymore.
Huh. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I take like a quarter of the tobacco I have and like wrap it and like kind of hold it out to him. You've been just a gracious fellow. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, if you plan on heading down to the dock, be careful going in there. Mind the tides. We don't want you floating down there.
Well, I heard most people float down there, so we'll work it out.
All right. Well, good luck.
God damn it.
Me and Wendell are gonna hit the hay.
Well, you have a good one. I hope your fish be bountiful.
Mm-hmm. So with that, as we get closer to here at 5:30, so where are you guys? There is an entrance evidently down here at a private dock. There is an entrance somewhere up here at an old scrivener's place that potentially has access to the underside of this hill. Where is it you're intending to head?
I'm very comfortable in the water.
Okay.
I relay all that information. Those fellows were just great. They were also brothers, kind of. Anyways.
Good job, Kelpie. That was great work.
I think it might be a good idea to start at the Watcher.
I mean,
We
yeah.
can check that out
not too-
tonight, and
Mhm.
if we don't find anything in the morning.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about. I know the rest of y'all probably can't swim that great, but I can get down there just fine.
I don't know how to swim, but
Oh, we could. I
Sure,
love
we'll
swim. I could
manage.
teach you sometimes.
I don't think yeah, sure.
Sounds like
I
a plan
found-
then.
Okie doke. Hopefully he's okay.
We'll find him.
I'm just kind of holding like the necklace thing I have, like rubbing it like nervously.
I do think the docks is our best choice, though. It's closer to here for sure. We need to conserve as much time as possible.
Yeah, and then if we don't find anything, we'll go to the other place.
I agree.
All right.
All right. You head down. You find yourselves at the edge of a stone wall. It's pretty late in the evening at this point. Most of the fishers have gone away. Basically, the gate itself has a heavy lock on it that leads down to the wooden. Peering over, you can see like this large circular half-submerged entrance with kind of rusty broken bars that is sort of where this spillway pours fresh water out into the lake. You can either you could climb over it, you could try and lower yourself down over the ledge, you could go through the gate if you want. It's really up to you guys.
Do we want to? You said it's locked though. But we could climb it.
The gate to the stairs to the dock's locked. Yeah.
Gonna try and just slowly climb down the edge of the pier.
Yeah, that feels like a good idea. I don't want to break the lock. Somebody might get upset.
Everybody can make me athletics or acrobatics, as the surface is slick and marred with slimy algae.
That is
Right.
6.
Would that still bother? I'm not like Spider-Man. I don't have
10.
grippy hands.
All right, 10, 6.
I have a 12.
And moss does not float whatsoever.
Do I have?
What check was that? Sorry.
It's either an athletics or acrobatics to climb down
Got
the slick wall.
That's a 7.
Wow.
Hey, that's what I rolled too.
All right. So I don't know what order it was, but Talok, Kelpie, you get down. You find yourselves pressing your boots upon the bars of this entryway, and you're able to kind of get down into this circular tube. And at that point, sort of standing in there, you're up to maybe like your shins in water that is kind of trickling out of this cavernous system. As then suddenly Nadine and Moss, who are kind of behind you guys, you just hear whoof, ha! Ah! As you just hear whoosh, whoosh, as there are these two loud splashes as you look down and see them kind of like, it's not too deep a water here at the edge. It's probably like maybe belly depth. As your feet are then sunk like maybe like 8 inches into some silt deep under the water. You pick a little seaweed off of your face and you're able to kind of like readjust yourself to climb back towards this tube.
Moss definitely just leaves the seaweed there.
You're supposed to yell cannonball before you do that.
I don't think they meant to, Kelpie.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Anyways, here we are.
Can I get some help getting out of this mud?
I'll
Oh,
give
sure,
him
sure.
a heave-ho.
Same.
It'll take both of us, I think.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Actually quite short, but thank you.
Is there an entrance here?
Yes, the short, squat ceiling of this perhaps like 5-foot round tube is filled up to your shins in water. As you can see it kind of disappear back into the darkness as it kind of eventually gives way from a constructed like stone tube to just kind of wide open natural caverns that vary in width from 2 to 3 or 4 feet as you find this natural fissure all the while kind of fresh water pouring from underneath heading out towards Castor Lake. It's completely pitch dark moving deeper in.
Does anyone have trouble seeing in the dark?
Definitely.
You're just fine.
What was that, Moss?
I can't see a thing.
All right, and I'll take out my sword and sort of hold it above my head and to sort of cast Green Flame Blade to get some light going.
Excuse me.
A kind of fell light of a greenish illumination leads the way as you guys head deeper into this cavern. For a moment ahead, turning down kind of a split in the cavern itself, you can see a beam of moonlight kind of illuminating a small pool of water at the bottom of a naturally formed cave. As you can see that there is like an open tube that goes straight up. Peering into that chamber, you can see that it actually ascends upward to the surface where there is a well about 10 or 15 feet up. Additional caverns kind of wind their way north underneath the town here. And then it begins kind of a slight pitched rise as you start heading upwards to what you believe to be under the city proper.
Okay, so it looks like we got a couple ways to go. But I'll tell you what, I'm gonna try something real quick.
Oh, right.
And
Go right ahead.
I'm gonna, pull my old favorite trick of looking for sea life.
God damn it.
Is there any water-breathing creature? Hey, anybody down here that lives in the water?
Are you just like sticking your head under the water? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm like just like I'm looking in the water. I'm looking for like maybe like something like I don't know what would even live down here, like a crab or like a something like that. Hopefully it's not a crab for your sake.
Talok just looks towards Moss, looks towards Nadine. Is he serious?
I
You
think
just like
so.
hear the faint like bubble of like.
He said he could speak with plant life and animal life in the water.
You know what? I shouldn't judge. Shouldn't
I like
question.
lift my head up. I could talk to plants.
You said anything that breathes in the water.
Does that count? I've never tried that.
Oh
Plants
my god. And under my
Huh.
breath I just say, Jem's gonna die.
Do I find any water aminals?
Make me a handle animal check. We'll just for the sake of.
Ooh, that's a 22.
20. Okay, so the only thing that you end up finding are kind of like nestled cluster of fish. One of them is like, we're just talking like little tiny like silver bait fish, basically. And you know, one of them sticks around for a minute. Make me. What are you trying to figure out?
So you said there's a couple paths, right?
There's two distinct paths at this point. Yeah.
I was just gonna try to ask him like if he's seeing anybody, if he knows what's down that way, just like what's up with this cave, basically.
To the best of your understanding, it is able to communicate mostly just us fish. People seldom come here anymore.
You haven't seen anyone lately? Any heard anything weird maybe from one of those two tunnels? Do you know where they go?
No. Just the great wooden god sometimes comes and visits us. It has not chosen me. And it kind of like, it swims back over and it kind of like does a little circle in the pool. And then you kind of peer upwards and see that you're in the well. And it says, one day it may choose me.
Oh my god, it's like fucking Toy Story. The claw.
That's wonderful. That's nifty. Okay, so do you know where either of those go, or you just stay around here?
That way goes to the big body of water. That way goes to the dark.
Ah, okay. Well, I'll tell you, what was your name, little guy?
My name is Nori.
Nori. Well, you know, I sure am just so grateful I found you, Nori.
Oh my god.
And I put like my pinky finger out in like a handshake gesture.
Oh my lord.
It does a little flip and then says, one day the wooden god will come for me.
Maybe.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
You have a good night now.
He's been down there for like 10 minutes. Should we pull him up? Is he fine?
Hey, I just come up. That guy was a hoot and holler, I tell you what. Apparently they worship the well, which is kind of cool.
That's
also
amazing.
This path goes to big water and this path goes to big dark, according to him. Those were his about approximate words, I suppose.
I think we go to the dark one.
Yeah, I'm not really trying to go into the ocean right now. I don't think Jim can breathe underwater, so he wouldn't be there.
Let's just keep swimming then.
Okay.
Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Out of character. I hate you all.
You're welcome.
Out of character, love you guys.
All right. Making your way further towards the darkness, eventually the dry, well, it's not really dry, but like the water that you're walking through goes away and you kind of are in a higher chamber. And the rough nature of these caverns supplant themselves to more like refined stone as you eventually realize that you are approaching kind of like what look to be old stairways with hewn stone walls, and you realize that you're kind of in some sort of an old ruin that was like built to sort of fit these rock gnomes at some point. The ceiling's very low. As you are making your way through the chambers, you eventually see that there is a angular looking corridor that sort of juts off and then kind of dead ends into a stone wall that is like almost polished, completely smooth, as then the chamber itself also kind of juts off in a straight line towards the darkness in front of you and maybe like 120 foot until it just disappears into complete pitch. You do see on the walls though that there are several sigils that have been freshly carved, at least in the last 100 years. Like they're not original architecture, and they remind you of the sigils that you saw above ground.
Are these by chance gnomish?
They are more thieves' cant than they are anything.
Okay.
Wingdings.
Yeah, they are wingdings.
Well, I am completely and utterly out of the energy to do comprehend languages anymore.
Do we have 10 minutes to just sit down and rest? I can do it then.
That's a long time, I guess. I mean, we don't really have
Man.
a choice.
Sometimes I have to get the tattoos up and going,
Okay, fine, whatever.
So you run get your tattoo goo out,
Yep.
and moisturize. It's important to upkeep your skin.
It very much is.
I'll
As,
sit down, ritual cast, comprehend languages.
got it. As you begin to prepare to determine what is going on here, you are all sitting in this dark place, and somewhere ahead in the distance, you begin to hear the faint churning of voices as echoing off these stone walls, something underground is occurring on this eve.
Well, I guess we're done ritual casting. I think we should go that way.
The voices begin to kind of sing in unison, chanting something that sounds unnerving to your ears. And that is a good place to pause for the evening as you guys go through the darkness and head closer to these voices underground.